Guys, welcome to Time Skip, your consistent talk for anime, nonsense, and fun. I'm Nate, and this is
David.
like the main thing is like with a lot of the animes I've been watching, a big part of it has been like specifically for the animes I've been watching recently, which is like a lot of antagonists or bad guy esque characters that have like kind of like a motive that I don't really think is that crazy. Now it might start off a little crazy, but then as the character kind of evolves, it feels like their motives kind of become something you can kind of get behind. Like I was watching Hunter x Hunter, and
Yeah.
yeah, Mirom's initial
Oh yeah.
plan was like, I'm just gonna eradicate all humans, and
Yeah.
that's kind of a little crazy. But
Yeah.
then, kind of as he grows and evolves, he kind of goes into this state of just like, maybe classes of people just shouldn't exist, right? Like the rich shouldn't continue living off of their resources and getting wealthier while the poor are out there literally dying and feeding off of scraps. And I'm kind of just like, is he really the bad guy here?
I mean, that is true. Like a bunch of those like different animes have that kind of like concept to them. Like are they really bad people? And then you get to know them, and it's like you kind of agree with them, to be honest.
It's like Miram was like a specific example for me. I was curious if there's any examples for you that you thought of that were like bad guys whose motives you can kind of get behind.
Well, what about like Light Yagami? Like he was a pretty bad guy, but like he was getting rid of the criminals. I mean, towards the end, it was like he was going more for like his stuff, but like in the beginning, it was like he was going for the criminals. I guess he was trying to make the word like pure. But I mean, it was the wrong
Hmm.
way of doing it.
I mean, I definitely don't know if I'm going to get behind the motives of someone whose literal go-to is
I
just
mean,
like maybe we just murder them all. Like that might be a bit of a stretch, but no, I can definitely see where you're coming from.
yeah. I
Where
mean,
like his initial intention,
yeah,
honestly, it seems kind of like the flip side of Meron from Hunter x Hunter, where like instead
yeah,
of starting off crazy and then kind of mellowing out, it starts off mellow and then kind of grows into this like
yeah,
grotesque perverse idea of what justice is.
yeah. That makes
No, that's
sense.
a good one. So you're getting behind like Yagami murdering people, huh?
I mean, shit, bro. Give me a death note. Give me a death note. I'll show you guys how it's
maybe
done.
not. Maybe
I'll
let's
show
not
you guys
do
how
that
it's
one.
done, bro.
Maybe not. That's crazy. It's an insane thing to say.
I got it, bro. I've learned from his
At what
mistakes.
point do you think Light Yagami became? That's insane. I mean, you should. But like, at what point do you think Light Yagami becomes a bad guy?
To be honest, probably like when he, if I remember this correctly, is when he started using like the business guys to like do the murders for him, like write the names, and then just kill them off when he's done with
Really?
them.
You think?
I think,
Okay.
if I'm
So
thinking
you think?
correctly.
Oh, yeah. That was ruthless. Yeah, he did definitely use people to further his
Yeah,
goals, and then would kill them off when he was handing out like scraps of the Death Note.
yeah,
See, for me, I think he was good, like kind of leading up to the part where he was like in the convenience store, and
yes,
these guys were going to essay this woman who was just minding her own business, and it was like a biker gang. And then he like figures out their name and like writes their information in the death note, and they kind of get like isekai into the next universe. I
yeah,
think that was the cusp of where he like was a good guy, and I think that was kind of where he started like becoming a little crossing that line a little bit, right? That
yeah,
initial one where he's like, oh no, this actually does what it says. I
yeah,
think that was him realizing the moral repercussions of what his choices could mean. Because like
yeah.
once that happens, he's just kind of like, I have
All the
power
power.
now.
And like
Yeah, yeah.
the
And it's like
crazy.
at that point, that feels like for me, that's where he sort of started not being the
Yeah,
good guy anymore, and he started becoming a bad guy.
it's crazy to like have like Because that man is like 200 IQ. Like you can't say like he he's up there.
Our
Like
character.
he is very smart, and I think it just got to his head and he like stopped thinking about like IQ
Hmm.
stuff and he was going ham for like no reason towards the end.
So where would you put him on the IQ scale for anime characters that you know of? Like where like does he who does he rank above and who does he rank below?
Oh, that is a very good question. He's definitely up there, but I don't think he's at like the tippy top.
Sure.
Um,
No.
I think he on like a scale of like 1 to 10. I think he's like a 7, 7, 8. You know, like he's
Okay.
up there,
I
but
can agree with that.
he's obviously you know could have done
For me,
better.
I
You
think
know.
like yeah, like Lelouch from Code Geass for sure.
Yeah.
Above him,
Yeah.
right? This is a guy who wasn't just trying to evade the police, but this is someone who led a whole resistance, right? And kind of cultivated an entire nation with his intellect and his power. His power was kind of a bit of a crush, but even still, just using his intellect alone, he essentially cultivated an entire nation under his will.
Yeah.
And honestly, ended the story off being a good guy. But in terms of intelligence, I would say Lelouch is probably higher on the list than Light. Who would be below Light? Um,
Below him is like I mean, there's so
maybe
many
I
like
don't know.
anime characters, but like main
Maybe
characters wise,
Shikamaru. Well, it's like characters of like notable intelligence, right? Like maybe
yeah,
Shikamaru would be below Light, although that would be something I'd
maybe.
probably
I think
want to
that's
look
more
into
opinionated.
before
I
making
think
this statement.
I think
No, for sure, for
I
sure.
think I mean Shigemaru was smart though. He had the knowledge
Shikamaru's
for
brilliant.
yeah.
Absolutely, absolutely brilliant. Um, yeah, I don't know. I don't know. Oh, did you hear about them doing a Naruto live action?
I hope it lives up to something, dude. Because like sometimes they be messing stuff up.
Makes me a little nervous. I'm not gonna
It,
lie.
it is
Makes
nervous
me a
to
little
know
nervous.
about.
I mean, like with One Piece doing as well as it did, I
Yeah,
have some hope.
yeah.
I still have to watch the One Piece live action,
That
but from all of the acclaim that it's received,
yeah.
like it gives me some hope.
Yeah. I mean, obviously you can't recreate like everything that happens, you know, like in the anime wise, but I I think if they like focus up, they got that. They got that on lock. It'll be good. I wonder how like
I think so.
I wonder how long cuz Naruto and One Piece are both like long animes.
Mm.
So, I mean, I think with like
They are
One Piece
massive IPs.
they like shortened it up, you know, and made it so like you don't have to sit through all like the backstories and stuff. Like they just have it where the action is, you know. We can take a quick break, real quick.
Hmm.
What's wrong?
Nothing. I'm just thinking. I'm like I'm creating a list of intelligent anime characters in my head right now.
So so how about we do this? We you know, at the end of this episode, until next week, let's come up with a list, and we'll combine our list and you know have the audience basically say if we're right or wrong or tell us like their opinions on it.
Yo, you didn't put Doctor Stone on the list.
Oh my god, bro. See, I just watched it too, and that's crazy. Doctor Stone on the list, yeah.
I know, I know. I didn't
He's a
even think
10,
about it, but I just remembered you were.
bro.
Well, let's not go
He's
too
like
far. A
nine,
10?
9.
Okay, okay.
Like this guy has all the scientific knowledge in his head. You know how crazy that is? He can go back to the Stone Age and just advance us thousands, like millions of years. This man's making like cell phones in the Stone Age, vehicles. Like he's
Would you put Dr. Stone's knowledge up against like Edward Elric? I'm trying to think. Dr. Stone's level of intelligence against Edward Elric, I feel like would be cool because it feels like the same playing field of intelligence.
yeah. I
Because it's
mean,
both scientific knowledge.
yeah, it's both scientific, but I feel like I mean it's two different animes, so it's if they went head to head, like yes, he has the alchemy on his side, which is
You think
crazy.
Dr. Stone is beating
No, no, no.
Edward
I'm saying
Elric?
nah, no, no, no. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying he has the alchemy
Okay,
on
okay.
his side. Like Edward, he has the
Yeah.
alchemy. Like he can do stuff. While this guy's over here mixing potassium and stuff, throwing it on him or something. You know. I think Edward wins that fight. He
I
wins
don't
that
know
fight.
how it'd go in a fight. I don't know. I feel like I don't know enough about Dr. Stone to say who would win in a
Yeah.
fight.
I mean, he's more of like a this. I mean, from what I've seen, I think I watched like the 2 episodes. Like Doctor Stone is he he already knows what's gonna happen in the fight before it even like happens. Like he's already thinking steps ahead to like even out the playing field to like make sure like his side wins. It's not like he's going to like kill people. He makes sure like no one like dies.
So Dr. Stone is also like kind of like a tactician.
Yeah, yeah, he's very very tactical.
Okay. Because like if it comes to like the idea of like tactical prowess, I would also put characters like Levi Ackerman
Oh
in
yeah,
the discussion as well.
Levi's crazy.
Um, Levi Ackerman, uh, Minato, yeah, Namikaze from Naruto, Itachi Uchiha, who
Yo,
basically the entire fan base has just deemed him the Batman of the entire series, and they're just like, if Itachi has enough prep time, why couldn't he win?
yeah.
So I mean, like, if it comes to like strategic planning, I feel like those characters also would get up on the list.
What do you what do you think is like the best like anime series of all time? Like if you had to put one as like number one,
Of all time,
like
um,
series wise, just right there. Like who you going for? Like you can watch this one like over and over again. Like you can get behind it, 100% of the time.
I see. I feel like those. I feel like those two are still very different things, right?
Yeah,
Um, I can watch something over and over
yeah,
again
that
and
is
it
true.
not be the greatest anime that's ever created, right? Like, I thoroughly enjoy Hunter x Hunter. I think Hunter x Hunter is a masterpiece,
Oh,
and I
dude,
think it
I'm
is
with
it
you.
is up there in one of my all time favorites. And I could watch it over and over and over again. But do I think Hunter x Hunter is the greatest anime ever created? No.
Yeah.
Or greatest manga ever created? No. Um, Full Metal Alchemist feels so complete.
Oh yeah.
Uh,
Like that
as far as
storyline is like
character development, storyline progression. It doesn't feel like it's drawn out for too long.
and
Um,
everything was like wrapped up like so neat. Like
yeah.
there was
So I originally watched standard Full Metal Alchemist, and it was funny because me and my friend were watching it from our houses, and we didn't even realize until we were almost done with the series that he was watching Brotherhood and I was watching the standard Full Metal Alchemist. So when we got to the endings that we knew were so vastly different. And he was like, it was crazy when this happened. And I was like,
huh?
huh? Huh? So it was like, it was really funny.
Yeah.
But I feel like even comparing those two, like standard Full Metal Alchemist versus Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood, it feels like Brotherhood just kind of blows it out of the water as far
Yeah.
as pacing goes as
I would
well.
say Brotherhood too.
Brotherhood's fantastic. I love Naruto as well. I don't think I could watch Naruto over and over.
I
Um,
think
but I love the world building in Naruto. I
yeah.
think that one's fantastic.
I could
Uh,
watch Shippuden, I
really,
think. Not the whole thing, but like maybe like halfway through maybe.
halfway.
Yeah. Like the thing with the Shippuden, like the war itself was so many episodes.
War arc was incredibly drawn out,
Oh yeah. So drawn out.
super drawn.
I mean amazing fights and all, but you know.
Even reading it was drawn out. Like it was a long part of Naruto.
Yeah. What's crazy to me is not crazy, but like you've read a lot of like manga, like some anime novels and
Not
stuff.
really. Not really,
To
honestly.
me, I think you have, because I'll be honest, I haven't read one.
Okay, well that's fair. If someone hasn't read any, I guess
Because
any would seem like a lot.
I always feel like when I bring up like an anime to you, you're like, "Oh yeah, that manga is good," even if you haven't read it or like you just know about it. You know,
No,
what's like
I have some of my boys who are more like that than me.
I what's like an anime novel you would want to like read right now? One that like you haven't read yet.
One I haven't read. Honestly, one of the ones that I've been wanting to read because I've heard the art style. Because I watched it, but I heard
I
reading it is a completely
I already
different
know
beast.
what you're about to
Is
say,
One
bro.
Punch Man,
One Punch Man.
because the art apparently in some of those panels is amazing.
Yeah. I think I would want to watch. I was gonna say watch.
One Punch is fantastic.
One Punch is good. I like watching the anime, but
Uh,
I think I would like to read.
so if you were going to read one, what do you think the one that you would start with would be?
I mean, I've watched a lot of anime, but I think one that like I really want to like get into. I've like watched it. I'm caught up to it. I kind of want to read Solo Leveling, to be honest. I know it's
It's a
being
great one.
gassed up right now, but it's
No, it's fantastic. It's good, even with
oh
it
yeah,
being gassed up. I mean, like the thing is, like the praise is fair in my opinion.
yeah.
I actually just got that's one I actually just got finished reading,
That
but
those
that
fights,
one's been fantastic.
those
Yeah,
especially like the anime of it, like everything is so perfect. Like the fights are so good. Like everything is just it's living up to his expectations. Like I'm
yeah,
not disappointed about one thing in that anime. It's so good, in my opinion.
yeah. The main thing that I've enjoyed about Solo Leveling is like it feels like it does a power fantasy correct. And it's not even the fact that it does it correct, but it takes you all the way from literally the weakest hunter
Ever.
in existence
Yeah.
all the way to this guy who is unrecognizable physically,
Yeah.
and even skill wise, right? Because now he's, from what we've seen, he's soloing entire armies
Dungeons.
of knights now. Yeah,
Bro. He's
so it's like it
crazy.
feels like the power fantasy is just being done so well, and it brings you along. And it doesn't feel like you're watching it; it almost feels like you're experiencing it with Sun Jin Woo.
Yeah.
No, I love it. I think it's great, and I just got finished reading it, and it stays good the entire time, in my opinion.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna read it, to be honest.
I'd recommend it for sure. I like that one a lot.
Yeah.
I was talking to my boys about God of High School, and they warned me that that one gets a little iffy. So they said maybe stay away from that one.
Well,
Although I
yeah.
love God of High School, that anime was sick. I think that's honestly the one way to get me involved in like an anime. If you give me amazing fights,
Oh yeah.
but not just like I'm not talking like Gurren Lagann where they're smashing each other with galaxies. Like if you give me like actual choreography in a fight, you've got me. I'm
Yeah.
pretty much sold.
I like the fighting ones. Like Baki's good. Kengan Ashura is good. Like those fight scenes are good, and it's like endless fights. Because
Even with
everyone's
Kengan Ashura being CGI, I think it's great. I think it's really enjoyable.
yeah. They have like a crossover coming up. Kengan and Baki.
I saw that.
I'm
I
excited to see how
don't
that goes.
know. Me too. I feel like there's a lot of people who are going to be extremely upset because you're going
Yeah.
to have the Baki fanboys who think Baki is peak and that Baki is the greatest fighter ever to exist. And then I feel like those two fandoms are just not going to have a good time together. But I'm excited to see
Yeah.
how it works.
I think as long as like the fights are good, that's all I care about. But like it's weird to see two
For great
animes
fights.
come in and collide. That's basically saying like who's better. And I'm excited to see it. I'm excited.
I
I
think it's
am.
going to be super interesting. And I can see where those two ended up like coming together.
Yeah.
Because in terms of like power level and scaling, they don't feel like they're far off from each other. They both
Yeah.
have instances where like the arena is getting destroyed or a
Yeah.
wall is getting destroyed, right? It doesn't feel like the power scaling is too insane, but even still,
Yeah.
it's not like you could put Record of Ragnarok in there where it's literal deity.
Yeah. I think it'll be good.
I think it's gonna be fun. I think
I'm
so as
I'm
well.
excited to
Do you
see.
think it'd be better if it was a live action?
Mm, I kind of like the anime aspect of it, like the cartoon style of it. You know, if that's how you want to
Hmm.
say it. Like, I feel
I
like.
think I would want if they did a live action, I would want all stuntmen. I would just get a bunch of stuntmen together, and I'd be like, "Hey, this is who you're gonna be. I would love for you to come up with some choreography based on what you know about the character, or even if it was just like, hey, just go ahead, look into the character, see if this character is someone that you enjoy, and if it is, come up with some choreography, make it your own, or have someone a stunt coordinator to set that up. I think that would be sick too. Just have a bunch of stuntmen just filming fight scenes because there are some movies that have been done where it's just stuntmen who just make all the choreography, and it's sick.
Oh. I mean, if they end up coming out with it, I'm sure I would watch it. You know, but like, it's so weird when an anime goes from anime to like a live action. Like, it has a lot to live up for, especially if it's a good anime. Like, it
Yeah,
has to correspond. It has to be good.
I mean, if the hands are there, then the hands are there.
I mean, you got hands
I'm
yourself.
just saying.
You got some hands. We should put you in there. Put you against some stuntmen.
I would love to do it. If they did that as like a as a live action and they just had a bunch of stuntmen, I would love to do a breakdown of each of the styles for different martial arts for each of like the fighters and how they do it. I would love to do that. That would be amazing. That would be like peak content for me. If there was a live action that was made and they were like, David, we want you for the live action. What live action would you want that to be? It could be a character, it can be a show, a generalized show, anything. What show would you want that to be?
Wow. I mean, from the animes I watched, I don't have this whole plethora of knowledge of all anime everywhere, but like, put me in like I get to be main character. Is that what we're saying? Main character type stuff?
You can if you can think of a main character that you would fit the role of that you think you could do a good job of do justice to that role, absolutely, why not?
You know what? Give me
I'm not going to limit you on what you can do.
give me the ego man himself, bro. Izugi. I got that. I got a big ego. I got a big ego.
Blue Lock,
I got
yeah,
big ego.
I like it. I'm here for it.
I
I'm
got big
100% here
ego.
for it.
That'd be so
I'm
gas.
100% here for it.
Though
Hmm.
my ego's there. I don't think I have like when I play sports, like I have like that. I have like the knowledge of the field, but like his is next level. You know. I feel like I have speed. Like I don't know. Who knows?
So you'd want to be Isagi, not the what's the one with the red hair that's really
Such
fast?
a Chiguri.
Yeah.
I mean, I feel like because it all just depends on what sport we're playing. So like if we're playing soccer, like give me like I'm not that great at soccer, but give me like easy probably. I'm gonna be honest, I'm not that good at soccer. I'm not that
You
good.
you just get toasted in soccer.
I might, bro. We might have to have like a little like the boys together for soccer and we have to like record it. We have like a sideman
Carry
charity
you off the
match
soccer
with
field.
the boys.
You're gonna be like, why? Why did I choose soccer? And we have to carry you off the field.
I feel like I mean obviously it's like a hard sport, but I mean I feel like if I'm just running fast and kicking the ball forward, I'll be good.
That is a great oversimplification of
You
a
know what I'm
very
saying?
complex
I just
sport.
gotta be I just gotta be faster than my defender. That's all. Do
Oh, true, true. Yeah, no, I'm sure that would help actually.
you have anything else you would like to talk about? It's probably like the last segment, so I'll end it off.
You know what anime I would never want to be involved in?
Which one?
Jobless reincarnation.
I have not
Never.
watched that one yet, to be honest with you.
I don't. I haven't watched it myself, but every time I hear someone mention the main character, they always mention how he has essayed somebody, and I would never want
You're
to.
like a side character, and you.
Yeah, no, bro. Like,
It's just a live action comes
I'm
out.
not.
He just sees you, bro.
That's crazy. Just chasing me down the street. I'm like, no, please.
Running for your life.
Yeah, no, that's one that I'd be out on.
Yeah.
Also, I feel like it's crazy writing. If you have to have essay in your show,
Yeah.
maybe change some of the elements.
It's like a pedo show. All the pedos watch it. Sorry, people that watch it.
Okay. All right. So, Jobless Reincarnation. If you defend the main character Rudius from Jobless Reincarnation, you're a Drake stan.
I was just gonna say, like, out of all anime, you watched, who do you think is like the most like underdeveloped? Like, they could have been good, or like mishandled. Like they didn't like put effort into the person.
Like wasted potential.
Yeah.
Ooh. Um.
Or even like who's like the most useless
I
character.
feel like every show has. I feel like every show has a character that kind of fits that category,
Yeah.
right? Ones that come straight to mind is like Leodio from Hunter x Hunter.
Yeah.
We see so much of the others,
Well, I mean, to be
and
honest,
just not enough of Leodio because he's at school. Even if it's simple, even if it's something as simple of like Leodio studying for an exam, right? I'm
yeah.
sure that the
But
mangaka could make something interesting
I'm just saying though, he did land a hit. You know.
on Jing. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. He
Yeah,
he hit
no,
that.
he's a gangster. He's a gangster, and that's the thing is like we don't have enough
Yeah.
on Leodio.
You know when you saw that, you're like, oh shit.
Yeah, well, I was a little afraid. I was like, what is the clapback gonna
But
be
to
on this
be
one,
honest,
bro?
I think Jing, he could have dodged it, like, because he saw it coming. I know he
Well,
saw it
like
coming, but
we, as far as I know, even up until the current part of the manga, we still don't. We've never seen the upper limits of Jing's capabilities.
yeah.
So it's like
Weren't they supposed
he,
to come up with like the next part, like
I
the
think we just got approved. We just got confirmation that there are going to be more chapters that are going to be releasing relatively
that's so
soon.
gas.
But I mean, like anything is good. Like I'm not
Oh
begging
yeah.
for too much. Like anything that he wants to give as far as the Hunter x Hunter
Oh
manga
yeah.
is concerned, I'm happy with.
It's
That's gold to me.
I'm excited to see Killua and Aluka just strolling the earth, bro. You know?
It's so wholesome.
It is. It is. He's just hanging on to
So
him.
wholesome.
And whenever he wants something, he can just be like, "Hey, can I have this?" And it's like,
There's
yeah. It's basically like he can get whatever he wants.
I mean,
Like wish
as long
wish
as all
wise.
it's like, yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
he's not gonna use it like that, but he has the potential to do basically whatever he wants.
Answers was gonna be like the Hyuga family from Naruto is just underutilized potential. Um, but like kind of going up to where Boruto is currently, it is underutilized potential, but they're playing a bit more of a role now, just not a direct role, but like I guess through their lineage and ancestry, they're playing more of a role. So I guess I couldn't choose them. Maybe Neji specifically, Mr. Pincushion himself.
Yeah, I mean, but Neji was
Who
strong though.
else?
Neji was strong.
Is Yeah, well, that's the thing. He was supposed to be a once in a generation prodigy,
Yeah.
and he got turned into a pincushion. I think I heard somewhere that he was supposed to die during the Sound 4 arc when they were rescuing Sasuke. I think he was supposed to actually die there.
I didn't see anything like that
Well, that's why Neji was just not
around
as
after that.
prevalent throughout the rest of the series until like major moments.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Let's see. I was trying to think of characters from JJK who I think could use more shine, but then like reading the manga, like all the characters I usually would say have gotten some pretty nice shine. Other than like Miwa, useless Miwa. It's the girl with the blue hair with the katana
Yeah.
who gets styled on as soon as Maki pulls up. But I don't feel like it's underutilized potential because like she just gets outclassed
Yeah.
in every situation that she's really in. Inumaki, I feel like the power concept for Inumaki is so sick that it could be amazing. And that's where like a lot of the memes come from. Where like you'll see like he gets dubbed over with curse speech and it says like crap yourself and everyone's like, "Oh." They're just having a terrible time because of curse speech. Yeah. And it's like but that's the thing is like that could be incredibly powerful. I mean, I guess we get a fair demonstration of how powerful it can be. But I feel like we could have received so much more. We see you to do some disgusting stuff with it, but that's about it.
Okay.